What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to spend a couple minutes and we're going to do some very different things. We're not going to look at charts. We're not going to talk about wins and losses. We're not going to talk about what's the next best stock to look at. Well, I'll probably give you some things that you should be looking at tomorrow morning. But we're not going to spend a lot of time digging into anything technical or data driven today. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the overall current condition of the market and what you should be doing as either a day trader, a swing trader, or a long-term investor, and how not to allow the market to affect you psychologically. Now, hear me out for a minute. The market right now is on a drastic red pullback. We were expecting it in the month of September. We were expecting to see some of it in the month of October. And what has happened is the market now has become this green day, red day, green day, red day. Well, if you look at the S&P 500 and you go to the weekly chart or even the daily chart, you can still sort of see potentially that the trend is up, right? It's moving in an upward trend. But when you go to your 4-hour or your 30-minute or your 50-minute or 5-minute charts, all you're seeing is basically blood in the streets. And I totally understand it. I totally comprehend how you're probably feeling right now because it's how I'm feeling right now. My account is down probably close to $19,000 right now. I want to say it dropped another $4,000 or $5,000 today. And here's the thing. I'm a retail day trader, right? My channel name is Average Joe Day Trader. Okay. So yes, I love to day trade. I love to get in the morning or at a point where I see confirmation, a candlestick pattern, and get out when I'm making money. I don't love to swing, but I do intentionally buy stocks at the end of the day when they're on a bottom making a turn, knowing they're going to run up through the post-market, 24-hour market, pre-market, etc. I will buy specific stocks that I know do that because I understand the trending. I've trended them over a 30-day, a 5-day range, 30-minute. I do all my homework on my charts and on my stocks, but I don't love to swing, but I will swing certain ones that I know are going to swing me into the next day and make money. And then long-term investments, well, those are for me probably the most frustrating because I have no patience for long-term investing. I have a retirement account. I have a Robinhood account. I have an E-Trade account. All right. And I buy different stocks and I put them in my different long-term accounts. Palantir is one. I am down considerably in Palantir today, have been. For me, every time Palantir drops like it is today, it's a buy opportunity to increase my retirement fund. Okay. Think about it as you managing your own 401k. Instead of dumping it into a 401k that your company only matches X amount of dollars per year, you are buying stock and putting it into a, account that you're not going to touch until you retire, or maybe even long after you retire, because you'll live off, the residual from it. And you just let it continue to grow. Well, Palantir is one of those big ones for me. APLD is a big one for me. Those are stocks that I have in my long-term account that I just don't mess with. I don't do anything with them because I know that eventually they're going to be something that I look at and rely on as part of my retirement. But a day like today, if you're a retail day trader, I will tell you that whether the market's up or down, you still can find opportunities to make money. Have I made any money today? No. I have sat on the sidelines today intentionally because every time I saw what I believe to be confirmation of a bottom where it's going to start to bounce and I let it ride a little bit, we've had at least 2 or 3 bounces on the S&P 500 and on several other stocks that I'm in, okay, as longer hold swings, part of my long term, the bounce doesn't happen. The S&P 500 right now continues to pull back. Tesla continues to pull back, right? So a lot of people right now are just kind of freaking out. And it's totally understandable and totally acceptable to feel the way you are. But I want to try to bring some calm, bring some peace to your mind to share with you. Listen, if you are in companies that have been well set up, well positioned, they have good track record, they've been around for a long time, then you have nothing to worry about. But like in our Discord, I tell our members all the time, if you're going to be the person that wakes up in the morning to chase a scanner, and you're going to go after the penny plays every morning, and you're going to chase after and get into these positions and companies that maybe just IPO'd a few months ago, well, then there's potential that you're going to get rug pulled and you're going to be bag holding that company for a long time. I do those plays. I get in and out of those sometimes, but I also see profit take profits. When I see it's up, instead of going, okay, I think it can go a little bit more, I take profit and get out. And if it goes up, like one I was in yesterday, it went up a whole nother $1 a share. But guess what? I made $1 something a share, and I was very happy with my entry. Okay, I bought 500 shares of it. I made over $500. I got out. Did it go up another $1? Could I made 1,000? Absolutely. But mentally, guess what? I hung up my hat for that stock yesterday in green $500 versus many of them that you could be up $500 and say, I just want to wait another 5 more minutes on the next candle and see what happens. And then you're down basically to a loss. Psychologically, the stock market it's a force that should not be reckoned with. It will cause you to totally freak and totally be concerned about what's happening to your account. But I want to remind you, the stock market was not created, was not made for people to lose money. Okay, it was made for people to become financially wealthy through the stock market. People want to make money. Now, the market has to breathe. It has to pull back. It has to retest. It has to reset. Okay, all these things that do happen often. But what's happening right now, if you're watching this video and you're saying like, please, Josh, tell me what to do, okay, then you may not have been trading for a long time. Maybe this is the first year that you're in as an investor. Most investors buy stock and they forget about it. Most people, they buy stocks so that way they at some point in the future can look at it and say, wow, I made 4% on this stock, or I made 8%, okay? They're not watching it every day like we do as day traders. Not watching it go up and down and freaking out every time it goes down and then getting excited every time it goes up, okay? We do that as day traders. That's what we do. We buy low, sell high, okay? Hopefully you're not a buy high, sell low, which is what many, many traders do when they make mistakes, okay? So I'm running some circles right here right now because the point I'm trying to make is I don't want anyone to freak out and panic sell if you are in good companies. If you're in Apple, Meta, NVIDIA, Palantir, BBAI, APLD, okay? These are all very well situated companies that aren't going anywhere. If you're in those therapeutics plays that you've never heard of the company before, but you jumped on it as a scanner play, you need to consider your position in that company. You need to consider your position in those stocks. Okay, did you jump into a stock with $1,000 and you're down $200 today? Would you rather get out at a loss of $200 than potentially seeing this continue to run down and now be at a loss of $400 or $700 or $900? You have to make some decisions based on the risk versus reward. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go buy anything. I'm not telling you to go sell anything. I'm just telling you, if you are in the panic zone right now, you have to assess your entire portfolio, understand where you're at, and then make some decisions based on money that you could be protecting and putting back to work for you when the market turns to run up. Now, a lot of people have said, Josh, how long is this going to continue to bleed? How long is it going to go down? Well, nobody really kind of knows that, right? We believed that seeing Trump sign this bill to reopen the government would have a positive effect on the market and that it would push the market up, that we would see a good, solid green day today. It didn't happen. It's been a solid red day. And so there's so many things going on in politics, in government, and all that shouldn't have any impact on the stock market at all. But the stock market has truly become a stock market of emotion and less about technicals. But I'm going to tell you this, as a day trader, as someone who loves to get in and out every day if I can, I follow the support and resistance levels. I follow the candlestick patterns. I want to understand where's my entry and exit based on that solely. Okay. Now I may look at the MACD. I may look at the RSI. I may look at, a bunch of different components to understand, is this confirmation that it is time for me to buy the stock or it's time for me to sell the stock? Okay. If you are not educating yourself to understand those key things on the charts, then you're gambling. You're just jumping in and out blindly. And please don't do that. Okay. Please make sure you're protecting the hard money you have worked for. Your investment. This is money you have worked for a long time. Protect it. All right. Well, listen, a couple things to take a look at, because for me, this is a shopping spree time. This is a buy the dip moment. I have already purchased more Palantir because it is at super low value compared to where it was. Tons of stocks are running down. Great opportunity to buy. Do I know where the bottom is? No. Do you buy 1,000 shares of something right now on the way down? No. But do you buy 100 shares and be happy you bought 100 shares at the low? And then if it starts to pull back some more, buy another 100 shares or 50 shares or 10 shares or whatever you could afford. Okay. Yes. Continue to average into your positions in order to make more money. And then when we actually bounce at the bottom and we find support and it holds, which several of the stocks I was looking at before I got in the car to do this ride home, which by the way, this is not the night edition. It's not quite sundown time yet. So I wanted to get this video in. But several of those stocks are already flattening out at a support level, and I believe we'll make the turn. We just need something good in the news, some sort of catalyst to get this market turned back up right. And I'm not sure if it's tonight, tomorrow, but when it does turn, get ready to make some money. Now, days like today, if you're an options trader and you like puts, you are printing hand over fist right now. And congratulations to anyone in the Discord who is buying puts. Congratulations to anyone in the market that's making a bunch of fire money by buying puts. Congratulations to you. That's awesome. Good job. Good work. For the rest of you that are sitting on the sidelines, that's okay. We're hanging out together in the bleachers and we're just watching the show. And that is totally fine. Now, what I will say, I will add this to my commentary on this video. Go look at the heat maps. Go look at the heat maps. The heat maps are going to show you where the money is moving to, because people are not pulling their money out and just sitting on the sideline. No, people are pulling their money out and they're investing in where the money is green. They're looking at healthcare. They're looking at energy. They're looking at gold and silver. Okay. Go look and see what's green right now, and then start pulling some of the stocks on the list. I use in the Moomoo app. I don't have an account with Moomoo, but I pull up the Moomoo app. So shout out to Moomoo because it's awesome. And I really do want to try the app. But pull up the Moomoo app and you can go and look at the different heat sectors. And you can pull up the things that are running the hottest today, the quickest moving, the most volume, etc. very easily. It's a very cool app. I like the Moomoo app on my computer, on my MacBook. I haven't tried it on my phone, but I like it on there. And go and look at some of those stocks and see what's going on, because you may potentially see a great opportunity to make some money right now to buy into something that's on fire, that's going to continue to run before it moves back to the tech sector where I live, where like NVIDIA and Palantir, AMD, all those live. The money is there. You just got to find it. You got to find it and make sure you're looking to see where it's at. Anyway, listen, been a tough day today. Absolutely. It's been a tough day today. I'm with you. Praying for you, pray for me. But I will just say, take a deep breath, relax. All right, listen, if you haven't been here before, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being with us. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button, and also join the Discord. Here's the QR code. We're building a Discord from the bottom up. We got a group of close to 40 investors in there now that are sharing a lot of plays. We're sharing a lot about options. We're sharing a lot about current day trades, in and outs, support and resistance levels. We're talking about it all, talking a lot about earnings right now because that's big, and just working together to help each other make money, to help each other grow. If you're interested in that, then go ahead and use this QR code right here on the screen and go ahead and join our Discord. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. Josh out. Peace.